let me share it. Okay, and share screen. Share. So you both can see it?
Yeah.
So this is a speed chase that happened yesterday here, like in where I work in Lakewood, California. So it came like right there, Carson, and then Del Amo. So it's 33 minutes, but I'm gonna play from like the last 5 minutes so you guys can see what happened with this car chase. The guy is going 40 miles per hour.
Okay.
No cops chased him for the first 33 minutes. Not
Okay.
one car. Zero. The owner of the car was in the chat. In the beginning, he was so scared. Oh, please don't wreck my car. Please don't wreck my car, right? The guy would he knows nobody's chasing him. But the surprising part is right now. You see how the pilot has nothing to say, nothing to comment.
Yeah.
Did you see what he said? He said, we're leaving.
Didn't he just go down that road?
The chopper, that's it.
Is he going around in circles, or am I just seeing things?
He's just now, because there's no cops chasing him. And then the helicopter, after they chased him for 30 minutes, okay, they gave up. They said, okay, bye, folks, and they left. So the guy kept the car now. There's no retrieving this car no more. The cops did not do what they're supposed to do because LA, okay, so Long Beach is with LA County. They decided to cut God knows how many, like $1 million, $200 million from their budget. And LA is known, infested with gangs and drug dealers and all kinds of crime. And Mr. Garcetti decided to cut their, so if I was a cop, I wouldn't go to work either. Why would I risk my life chasing this guy? Yeah. So did the chopper. So now, and on top of it, Mr. Newsom is releasing, God knows how many, 18,000 prisoners. Mm-hmm. What are we gonna do? What do you think, guys, of this?
Well, what I think is if there are police officers working right now, I mean, I just feel like, you know, if I was a police officer, they're probably prioritizing like what is most important. And I mean, if I was a police officer, I would probably just be holding back because I'm afraid to do anything or say anything by getting in trouble.
You know, I don't know what we're gonna do. Honestly, I went last week and I purchased 3 firearms. And it took me since March, I'm trying to find, and finally I put my name on like 3 different stores, And he called me finally. He told me, okay, I have. So I bought 3 firearms, and I had to wait another month to buy ammo, and I can only get 3 boxes.
Yeah.
There is a shortage. There's high demand on firearms. Like basically, like all firearm stores are emptied out. Everybody is stocking up because they see what's happening, right? It's all started from when they started the lockdowns. People got nervous and they started buying all um,
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what's going to happen. I mean, in New York right now, which I live, as of right now, the black community just came out and said, the black leaders said, we want the police back.
oh.
So, and like, that was only a couple months. I mean, how long ago did Floyd die? That was, I believe, back the end of March. So, you know, March, April, May, June, 3 months later, of all this chaos going on, the black community said that we need him back. Meanwhile, the mayor of New York still doesn't take it seriously that there's chaos going on, police getting injured. You have like, you know, beginning when this first started having protests, you had like looting going on, you had arson, damage of property, people getting hurt. There's like literally no people actually getting arrested or being charged by anything because we have bail reform. So if anybody gets arrested for something from like protesting, they will just be receiving like a fine, most likely just $50, and then being spent out back into the street.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. Like as of like, you know, these progressive cities like New York, like where I currently live, you have these mayors like Bill de Blasio. Unfortunately, we can't get rid of him because pretty much I believe in New York that he cannot be impeached and he can't be recalled by the voters as well. I actually just joined this group. It's actually called Cops Lives Matter. And it's about 30,000 people that support law enforcement. So we all discuss what's going on. And like, it's just like a complete chaos in New York right now. So it's just very dangerous.
So how come you guys are unable to recall him? Because we're recalling the governor here. Last year they tried to recall the mayor of Westminster. He's a conservative, so thank God it didn't go through for him. But yeah, I mean, there's a big push to recall Newsom.
Well, the thing is, was something within the legislation of New York where I was trying to read up on. I was a little bit more advanced than I am, because I'm not too, well skilled in that. It's just like this. There's nothing in there that allows for him to be impeached. So if he committed some type of I don't know if it was a felony or misdemeanor, something like that, that's the only time he could really be impeached. Or like if the governor wanted to take him out, he could get rid of him, like Governor Cuomo. But it just seems like he supports him as well. And they support the Black Lives Matter protest. But yeah, I mean, they're just literally single-handedly destroying the city, letting them go get into chaos.
They want to burn down the city, just like what they're doing in California. What do you think, Rich?
Well, I got a question that nobody seems to be talking about, and it's the it's the narrative that they're trying to push, which is the same thing that you said is going on in California, and it's going on in every single Democratic state. So tell me how they're all individuals. So tell me they're not on the same page. If you guys have no bill, we have no bill. Mm-hmm. All of them are for Black Lives Matter. They're all letting prisoners. You see what I'm saying? It's like they're following the notes verbatim. And, that's the scary part is they're all on the same page. So you tell me there's not a main objective going on here. There is, and it's not good.
Yeah, no, I definitely realized that too. I was watching the Michael J. Knowles show. He was talking about like the COVID and everything. Like all of these progressive mayors, like say California, New York, Minneapolis. You all are exactly the same 100%. You all want to defund the police. You all want mandated mask wearing. They want the quarantines. They want everything shut down. They want to allow the Black Lives Matter protests to go on. They don't want to stop them. They don't want the police to stop doing what they're doing. They don't want the police to arrest them. They want to just let them do what they want to do. They want like in New York too, like Mayor de Blasio. He wants a light touch for the protesters. So in that case, now all the protesters, the arsonists, the looters, they're just completely taking advantage of this, destroying this entire city.
Absolutely.
but no, you're definitely right. Everything is very well orchestrated. They're all on the same page. They know exactly what they're doing, and they don't care like what anyone says or what anyone thinks. They all have one agenda. They're all anti-Trump, all of them.
Well, that's the question that some of these people with huge platforms. I don't watch much news. I get I got about 3 or 4 people I get most of my information from, but I don't hear anybody on these big platforms calling these mayors out, telling them all, putting them all in, saying you guys are all on the same platform and it's anti-American. You know, I don't hear that. Maybe somebody is out there, but I haven't heard that. And they need to be called for what it is.
I agree. If this is not treason, I don't know what treason is.
Oh, this is treason. This is high treason, because
honestly,
crimes of humanity is being committed every second on their watch right now.
Yeah. See, the thing is, what I don't understand is like, when a mayor takes office, he takes an oath of office to protect his citizens. So literally,
Right.
like, they're not protecting us as citizens.
Right.
There's like, like I mentioned before, like since the beginning of the George Floyd protest, like, we understand, like, what happened was a tragedy. I would definitely agree, even though he may not have been like the best character in the world, he did not deserve to die. It wasn't right what happened to him. But at the same time, don't let the protests turn into riots, because then the riots turn into looting, they turn into arson, they turn into rape, they turn into murder, they turn into fights, gun
That's
violence.
what they want, though.
That's what they want, yeah, exactly. Because I just feel like there's like an undertone, like what they really want is they want to change America, and they want to make it like a socialist country. They want free healthcare, free college tuition. They want everything for free. They want the government to keep giving people money for everything. But that's not what this country is all about. This country is a capitalist country from day one, and it should not be changed, and people should stop doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Well, I said it on the last show, and I'll say it again. Where is our Republican congressmen? Where are they at? Crickets. They are nowhere to be found. Them are the people that have taken the same oath as the next person, and them are supposed to be the people on our same page as we are. And you know what? Where are they at? Where are they at? Because we need them now.
They're afraid to be called a racist or a Nazi. they're worried about the reputation and the platforms. When they're supposed to be standing up firm for the truth, if they all unite and come out and show up one time and they stand for the truth firm, they know that half the country is going to back them up. But they're afraid, they're spineless, honestly.
Well, we need to keep preaching this from the mountaintop, is these people work for us. And for some reason, everything's got flip-flopped on its face, and we need to take that back, because we are the people that have the power. They work for us, if they want to admit it or not.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. I mean, the only thing that I saw, like literally that they've been doing, is I saw one, like a press release where the Republicans, they came out, the GOP party came out. I'm not sure if it was the Senate or Congressman. They all came out and they made a speech like, "Oh, what's going on is wrong. This is wrong. The police should be respected. This isn't." Okay, well, yeah, we all can agree that this is wrong. Now let's do something about it.
Right.
We're all on the same boat as you. We all agree it's wrong.
Typical Rhino.
Support our police, And even Trump came out. He said some of these Republicans, they are rhinos. They're not really Republicans. They're supporting the statues coming down. They're supporting, like, some of them, they may even be afraid to speak out because they may be attacked and stuff like that. But, I understand, like, you could be afraid, but, band together. This is what you're here for. If you don't support it, then, they'll do it. Like, for example, like Ted Cruz, he wants to pass legislation saying that, if you allowed your city to be destroyed, you should not get bailed out. You should not receive money. Well, I 100% agree with that. If you allowed your city to be destroyed by rioters and the Black Lives Matter movement, then why should you be bailed out for the government? Like the city of Minneapolis, they wanted a bailout. Why should the government give you money? You allowed your city to be destroyed. It's like a child. Like, you messed up your whole room and then you want someone to come clean up your mess. No, you have your own money. Even New York too. They made their own. Pretty much you allowed the city to be destroyed, and then de Blasio was upset that Trump will not give him bail that money. I mean, come on.
Same what they did in Seattle and Chaz. Also, we're gonna have the summer of love, the mayor says, right? And then when they stepped on her front porch, then she sends in the cops that she backstabbed and turned her back on, right? They let them take over the city. There's 3 murders that happened in that Chaz, whatever, autonomous zone. Like, come on. If I was the president, I wouldn't give them a penny. I would have sent the army from day one and clean that stuff out.
That's what you need to do. Just send in a National Guard. That's it. Keep everything under control. And that's it. The first thing, then what happened that ended the Chaz was that there was like a young African-American kid that he got shot. And then they ended, oh, okay, this is not a good idea. I said, okay, like, why did you have to wait till someone died to say this is not a good? And like, that was a complete chaos. You allowed your city to become chaos. You allowed protesters to take over the street. You told your police officers to stand down. You don't let the police officer afraid to go in there for their own life. The fire department's not going to go in. Ambulance was not going to go in. And you let them take over the streets. You let them, to literally take over the streets of your city. And you said that's okay. That is not okay.
There's no consequences. No consequences, and they've done that on purpose because they want complete tyranny. That's why they want the police department defunded. They want absolutely and utter tyranny with absolute no consequences, and that's what they've gotten so far.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. I mean, like, and especially like now, they want to defund the police. Who people are gonna call? Like, what are you going to send social worker to do what? And let's say, and if somebody has a gun on somebody's head, social worker, what is the social worker going to do?
Let me tell you this: they can want to defund the police all they want. When the Patriot Army rises up and the revolution starts, they're going to wish to God they had every police in the world in there, because it's not going to be pretty. And that day's coming. The American people are fed up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why, they call it the silent majority. I think? I think it's a silent sleeping dragon. So if you wake up the dragon, which is the silent majority, is like, 80% of the people, is literally, they support Trump secretly. So if you wake up all these people, like, people are going to get upset. People are going to start, people are going out to buy guns. People start getting more involved in politics. Even me, myself, before all this happened, like before coronavirus, I was just sitting at home, I'm sorry, during the coronavirus, what was going on, I wasn't working at the time. I was just sitting at home watching all the news, and I'm like, hey, this is not right. That's not true. The media, why didn't they tell the whole story? And then, like, I became more and more into politics. I became more conservative. I joined the political party for Republicans. I got more involved because of what's going on. So more people are going to start waking up.
I think 80% of America has that same testimony as you just said right there. I used to despise politics, but now it's to the point where our freedom is on the line. We have no choice but to get involved as far as we possibly can and start speaking the truth. You know what I mean? We have to, because they want our freedom.
Yeah. Absolutely. Same thing with me. I was never into politics until I started seeing like what's happening. I was like, okay, if Trump, like every party opposes the president from the other party, but the attack on Trump was unreal. I didn't even believe how much what is going on? Like, why they want him? Some people say, oh, it's the 2 wings of the same bird, right? No, he's not. He's not. Obviously, this is 40 years. After every single word out of his mouth, every single action he did, the attack is unreal. That tells you that this deep state, they really don't want it because he is not part of them. I don't care what people say. Trump is not part of the deep state. He is not.
They're exposed, and it does go that deep. That's why they are unleashing the beast, and he's winning on every aspect. You know what I mean? It looks like we're losing. We might lose the temporary battles, but we're going to win the war. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah. And look at this. We just barely started opening up, and the stock market is going up. House prices is unreal. It's like my house price went up another $50,000. And this is and people I was wondering, how would real estate go up? And then you think about it. Yeah, it is Trump's economy, because Trump is making America great. He honestly is doing work. I don't even know. God bless him. I don't know how he stems all the energy that he has. But nobody can deny the great things he's doing. And if people oppose the stuff the good stuff that he's doing from the other side, what's wrong with you? You guys don't want the betterment of America too?
They just show their anti-American mentality is what they're doing, and that's exactly what it is. I mean, you take it down to the nuts and bolts, and it's complete good versus evil. There's just no other way to put it.
That's how it came down to, yeah, because I mean, like they say, oh, he's dividing the country, Well, I don't want to unite with somebody that hates this country. I raise my kids to love and fight like for their country, right? To die for their country if it takes. And then how am I going to unite with someone who wants to destroy it? I don't want to be united with them. You know, right. They go against every single belief that I have. Like there is no even middle ground that we can meet anymore. They went way far left. They become, it's just, there's nothing in common. So it's hard to be saying, oh, we need to be reunited. With who? With the enemies? Like they became enemies of the state. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's getting like, I don't know how much more they have up their sleeve till the elections till November. But let me tell you, we all know Trump is gonna win. Are they gonna accept Trump for 4 more years, or they're gonna keep pulling this stuff till the end of 4 more years? You know, well, I'm scared.
Well, here's my opinion is either way, and I've said it before, I think on the last show, either way it's going to be ugly because they're going to leave. If Trump wins and when he wins, I should say, they're going to they're going to unleash everything they've got. You know what I mean? And if he, for some reason, their fraud works and he doesn't win, the whole world's going to fight. We have nothing to lose at that point. We're going to have to. It will be a revolutionary war at that point. There's no way around it, and you can mark my words for that.
Yeah.
There's no way any of us will live in a complete socialist tyranny country. That and that's what it will be if Biden wins.
Yeah. Let's change the topic. I'm going to show you this article. So I'm glad Marcelo's here from New York. I don't know if you saw this, but NYPD Sergeant Union Chief Ed Mullins appears on Fox News with a QAnon mug behind him. And the media went nuts over him. They thrashed him. So this is from, the article is from Fox News. So it says, Ed Mullen, the head of the NYPD Sergeant Union, appeared on Fox News on Friday via remote video with a mug placed behind him, emblazoned with the symbol of the far-right conspiracy theory. Far-right, right? Okay, so we're all Nazis now, yeah, guys? And Mullins refused to say whether the mug was his or whether he endorses QAnon conspiracy in a call with Business Insider. Here, quote, our country is falling apart. New York City is in crisis, and the only thing the news media is concerned about is a mug, end quote, Mullins told Business Insider on a Friday. That's a good answer, actually. So,
well, I mean, I don't even know why they even call them like a news agency. I mean, they are not even by far anything close to a news reporting agency. I mean, I've watched a lot of conservatives. They said the same thing about them. They are nothing but just left activists on TV for the media. That's all they are. Not a news agency whatsoever. They don't report. All they do is lie and push the narrative for the left. That's all they do. They lie, they indoctrinate, they manipulate. They don't tell the truth, and they try to get you to always believe in their point of view. So it's not even. I wouldn't even consider them a news agency. I mean, the Fox is like right-leaning, so I would consider them a right. Not because they're a right-leaning news agency, but I believe that they actually do report things for what they are.
Right. It says here in the end of the article, it says the QAnon theory, which originated in 2017, has attracted a devoted conservative following, and several Republican candidates for the U.S. House have either endorsed or voiced support for the conspiracy. Trump has actively promoted QAnon sharing dozens of messages from QAnon linked accounts on Twitter. Is that true? I don't think I've ever seen Trump retweeting something from straight from QAnon. Have you guys ever heard of anything like that?
Mm-mm.
I've heard of the QAnon theory that like there's like a deep state and they're trying to take over the world, and like about like the Pizzagate, you know, like I heard that it's a conspiracy theory. I mean, but me personally, I do believe now with all that's going on that there literally is a cabal and a deep state. I've even like watched like where I forgot which one it was. It was I think it was a Republican roundtable. They actually did mention the cabal, and which I was really surprised. I'm like, wow, they really just talked about a cabal. I mean, it makes you really wonder. I mean, because everything that's going on, I just feel like there's a lot more going on than we know about.
Yeah, actually, there was this video that I saw of Newt Gingrich. Right when Trump was elected, I can't find it for the life of me anymore. But he did say in an interview, like, he's saying why Trump is being attacked so hard, like by the media and by the Democrats. And the answer to that question, he said, because Trump was not initiated, he's not part of the cabal. That's exactly what Newt Gingrich said. And
Right.
I looked for that clip so many times and I cannot find it for the life of me. But yeah, it's interesting that he would say something like that, right? So that would tell you how hard it is, the attack. And then I don't know if you guys also read the letter from Bishop Vigano
Yes, I
to
did.
Trump. How amazing was that? What do you think, Marcelo?
Yes, I thought that was very interesting because, I mean, for anyone that's not familiar with it, it's just about literally saying that what's going on right now in the world is literally the fight between good and evil. So it's very interesting to read.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, so there was, he said in that letter how he's also fighting the good fight inside the church too. Like me and you were talking about that earlier, what's happening inside the church. So there is also like infiltration into the churches, which is I'm glad to see somebody that's actually fighting to clean up the mess in there too, because it's the time right now to bring God's people together. Honestly, like nothing can save us but prayer these days. I am terrified of Bill Gates and his plans to vaccinate 9 billion people.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I mean, if you really think about it, if you hear a lot of what Trump is saying, he always comes back to the same like phrase he always talks about. He talks about draining the swamp.
Yeah.
Now it makes you wonder, like, what does he mean by draining the swamp? I mean, I would say he's talking about the cabal, the deep state. I mean, what else could he possibly do? Okay, so you have a lot of people, in my opinion, they've been, in these positions of power for a very long time. And Trump's presidency and his administration is literally a threat to them and where they are.
Yeah.
So that's why you have so many attacks on the president. You have literally just, nonstop attacks by the media, by, former President Obama, former president candidate Hillary Clinton. You always have people criticizing him, coming out against him, saying he's this, and he's a xenophobic, racist, this and that, which all of them have no basis, whatsoever, and are always not true. But why do people believe that? Because, in the beginning, everybody watched what? CNN, CNBC, MSNBC. Think about it. If people over the generations are always watching these shows, they become used to it. And then like they go to school, what do they hear? Oh, I hear, they hear like a left-wing ideology about socialism. Which, I want to just backtrack a little bit, like what we were talking about earlier. So let's say, for example, like if you're a kid in school and, you go to school, you realize, oh, wow, I'm going to be paying my student loans up until 67 years old. And then if you tell that young kid, like, okay, well, how about if I tell you that if we get socialism government, you won't even have to pay for the school? Like, hey, wow, you got my vote, So, you know what I mean? That's why I'm saying.
At that point, we all realize that we've been lied to our whole lives. It's fair to say that at this point, because this has been going on longer than we've all been alive. And it's just now being exposed. And Jumana, let me give you a little reassurance about you being scared of Bill Gates. That as crazy as everything is, let me rest assured, God is in control.
Mm-hmm.
He is in control.
I mean, like, I know we've been warned in the Bible that it's going to get tough for Christians. We're going to be persecuted. We're going to go through so many hardships right towards the end. And like, my only thing, honestly, is I don't care if I don't ever travel, if I didn't have my family overseas. Like, is the only thing that would worry me. Or I would never bother get on an airplane. I don't care. But I feel like it's the push for that vaccine. Like, and I'm scared, honestly, when Trump said that we're gonna deploy the military to help distribute the vaccine, I had a heart attack. So I don't know what does he exactly mean by that phrase, but I am super worried about that, honestly.
Yeah, that's hard to understand because, I mean, yeah, at that point, that's all our rights are stripped. I mean, you're not going to give us a vaccine that we don't want just because somebody that's not even a doctor says that we're supposed to take it. It's not happening.
Right.
At that point, all hell's going to break loose.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, I met a retired soldier that works for I think a military base nearby. And I asked him, what does Trump mean when he said like he's gonna use the army to distribute? And then I was like, is he gonna be like knocking on the door, forcing vaccines on people? And then he looked at me, kind of funny look, and then he told me, it means that, see, that he's like something about logistics, right? The army is good with logistics. So that's what the best app, which is like knowing how much we have, where to distribute, where to go, what's needed. So that's basically what Trump meant. He told me, I don't think the president would ever do something like that. No way. But I know the president is being misled for sure about the coronavirus. But I can tell also that he doesn't really believe it. Like, even in the beginning, like, it felt like he's on the same page as we are, right? Nothing is adding up. The numbers are crazy. Like, for example, right now they say the second surge, right? In California, there's so many people. I was watching like over 20 videos yesterday of people driving near the hospitals, and the hospitals are empty. The parking lots are empty. So I don't know where these death numbers are coming from. But let me tell you, the testing tents, there is lines like no end to cars parked, like, people waiting to get tested. But the hospitals are empty.
Did you hear about the motorcycle guy that died on a motorcycle yesterday or the day before in Florida?
No.
Yeah, they gave him COVID. Died on a motorcycle.
I heard about that. Yeah.
I mean, that's where you ask where they're getting their numbers. That's where they're putting it on dead people that's already dead. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I've heard it numerous times is people, I don't know what, I don't even care to get tested. I don't want nothing to do with any of them. But people that, want to get tested, they're right. Their lines are astronomical, right? So I heard this couple, they did the paperwork. They left, they turned the paperwork in and the line was too long, so they ended up leaving. Well, they get called back a few hours later, said they got tested for COVID, and they're like, what are you talking about? We didn't even get tested. That's how they're fudging the numbers. That's true talk right there. You can't make that up.
Yeah. You know what else? I don't know if you guys saw the Tanzanian president. Have you ever seen the video of the president from Tanzania? Is a very smart guy. He actually, so when he received the test kits from the WHO, he told his personal guard to take the test. You guys want to see the video? I can share it with you. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So let me just share it. You guys can hear it from his own mouth. And when I showed this to my family, my family was shocked. They're like, what? Is this for real? I was like, well, how come you guys didn't do it? How come we didn't do it? Here, it's right here. And let's see here. So let me just hit share. Quick. All right, and share. Okay. There you go back in the video.
I can't hear him.
Unconclusive. Great. So ridiculous.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. Oh my God. Undetermined. Unreal.
Right. So basically, so if you take a medical test and you dip it in car oil, it's supposed to be invalid. Like, what is this, right? There's not supposed to be a result at all. Like, what is this? It's supposed to be human tissue that we're looking at, right? Not car oil. So that tells you how messed up these tests are. So imagine how much that pharmaceutical company that produced all these tests, how much money they make.
Yeah, I just want to encourage your viewers, steer clear of all test sites unless you absolutely have to go, because they are fraud as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then the president of Tanzania says at the end that, you know what should I do now? Should I lock up all the jackfruit and the goats that came out positive? He said, no, what we're going to do is we're going to keep the country open and we're going to double production. No, that's smart. So he did not take, he said, so who's manipulating these tests? Is it the people that work in the universities, in the labs? Should I go after these people, or should I go after the people that supplied these tests? He said, it's a mess no matter which direction you're going to look at. So if you were like to go after, like, seriously investigating, it's going to be a huge task, right? Because you don't know if it's the lab people that are forging these tests. Is it the tests themselves that are fake? What's going on? So it's big. I guess it's above his, for one man to do all of this work. But he says, what I'm going to do is what I'm going to do best for my country. So I'm not causing my economy, which is the best decision this guy made. That's how it's very smart man. Very smart man. So yeah, I mean, I would not take a test either. And now Mr. Fauci is right here. I had it. So now he's telling the governors to enforce the masks on people. Like, he is, I mean, like, what are we going to do with this guy? He came out at the beginning and said, no, they don't work, they're symbolic. Now he's telling the governors to enforce it.
All right. I'm not going to.
Which means, it's a new virus. We don't know anything about it. So literally every single week, every couple of months, it says, oh, we're going to switch to we flatten the curve. The masks don't do anything. Don't wear any masks. The masks work. Wear a mask. Okay, wear a mask. Don't wear the N95 mask because the nurses need that. Oh, wait, okay. You got to wash everything. Wash your clothes when you come home. Oh, it stays on the surface it can stay in the air for a couple hours. Now they're saying the surfaces doesn't stay in the surfaces for too long. It goes away. So, I mean, it makes you wonder, like, okay, so what is true and what is not really true? Every time, they keep changing it every single month, every other week about what's expected, and then the WHO organization, the World Health Organization, we can't trust them. I mean, it's already, pretty common now.
Fauci is the WHO. He's all part of the WHO as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And they are all Democrat. They support the Democrats. They all donated to the Clinton campaign. And so this is just a whole game. And you know what else? I saw actually an article by Hillary Clinton telling the teachers not to go back to work. Can you believe it? Like, this witch comes out from under a rock. I'm like, go back where you came from. Stop talking. Please disappear. She is so evil. How do you not care about the education of the people, of the kids of this country? Telling the teachers don't go back to work. For what? Kids don't get this alleged virus, right?
That just confirms the fact that they're this whole agenda that they've had planned for many years is they didn't expect Trump to win and it was going to get rolled out in a few years, but they had to put it on overdrive and this ain't a drill, you know, until the people rise up. They're going to continue their evilness, and they have to be stopped. No questions about it.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I was just thinking just now? If you really think about it, okay, like, you know, during Obama time, there was like, what was it? The H1N1. They had the avian flu. They had
Fauci
what
was
else?
behind that.
Swine flu. But then, you know, if you really look back, okay, I don't remember ever having to wear a mask. I don't remember ever shutting down the entire economy. Nobody can leave the house. Don't see your grandmother. I don't remember seeing any of that. I don't remember hearing any of that on the news. It was just like everybody, you know, like, you know, I don't even remember barely even hearing about it on the news.
Exactly.
It's like, what is like the total difference now? Where like, okay, oh, don't go see grandma. You're gonna kill her. You know, oh, stay away from your family. You know, don't visit your friends and family. Oh, you have to wear the mask. Oh, you have to wear the mask when you go out. So I just feel like, you know, what happened then that's different from now? I mean, that was, I mean, those were flus too, right? This is a type of coronavirus flu, right? So what is the difference between now and in the past too? I mean, we recovered. I mean, we went back to normal.
Well, my opinion on that is it's the time in history we're at. This is the time of their agenda where they're rolling out all the stops, because Trump's in there, and if he wins, they're going to be shut down. And you know, that's why the world is the way that it is. This is not just the United States. This is, you know, the cabal goes deep.
Oh,
it
yeah.
goes through the whole world, and they it's the time in history, in my opinion, and it's control. They're gonna try to use these mass things to implement martial law.
I mean,
go
ahead, Marcelo. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I mean, you know what I wanted to say too, like, one thing that people never really think about, or I just saw this the other day in like one of these YouTube conservative shows, is like, who is Bill Gates to say that we need vaccines? Is he a doctor? No. Does he know anything about health or anything like that? No. He is just an inventor, and he's a billionaire. So why is he telling people to get vaccines? Like, everyone needs to be vaccinated. Like, why is he pouring all this
question.
money?
Great question.
No, that's what I would like to know.
Actually, I made a video expose about him. So I found this interview. Let me go back here, and I will share the video.
And I just want to add to what you did. Your question there is ask Bill Gates if he's going to vaccinate his own children. He'll say no. So if he's not vaccinating his children and he wants us to be vaccinated, doesn't that raise some questions?
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Yep. So I saw this. Let me go and do it this way.
We need to make a hashtag, your children first.
Exactly. Yeah, they would never. Same with Dr. Oz at the time when they told him, "Oh, do you vaccinate?" And he said, "No, he doesn't vaccinate his children." Oh, so they don't follow up with a question like, "Why not, Mr. Gates? Why don't you? Like, you pushing it on people, but you're keeping it from your kids. So what's the deal here?" But that shows you really that what's happening here. So this. So I think YouTube took down that video. Interesting. Another one. So 2 videos that I've uploaded recently. One with this particle physicist. She's a genius lady. She's India, and she had an interview with RT, and she was talking about GMOs and how Monsanto is taking over Indian farming, and that Bill Gates. Imagine Bill Gates stole the natural seeds from their country, and he's pushing GMO seeds on them. And so she's fighting him personally through the United Nations to get him off of the back of India. So they rejected him the first time. So what did he do? He went behind Iraq, and he went to Bangladesh and like the neighboring countries of India to push his GMO. And so so she had managed to make her own foundation to gather as much natural seeds as they can and give them to farmers over there to help them stay away from Monsanto. And I did not know that Bill Gates had bought a big part of Monsanto. But look at what he's dabbling in. He's dabbling in things that are nothing to do with computers anymore. He's literally like dabbling with the most evil thing. And he's actually also funding the geoengineering projects with the spraying in the sky every day. Right?
Bill Gates, he's all for global population. I mean, we have to keep him in the limelight, and any chance anybody gets to question him, talk to him, they need to put the pressure on him, because where's he at? I mean, this guy should be accountable for what he's trying to do. I mean, these are crimes against humanity.
Right, exactly. Yep. And by the way, the Italian parliament, kudos to Italy. I loved it. I loved the Italian representative in the parliament that blew the cover on Bill Gates. I don't know if you saw that, Marcelo. Have you seen that? Oh my God, that was amazing. She called him out. She said, we do not want him, and we do not want his vaccines. We don't want nothing to do with him. And she said, Mr. President, if Bill Gates called, you call the Interpol, and we're gonna take him to court, straight up. Yeah. Amazing. You know, YouTube cleaned up my YouTube channel. I just realized how many videos I'm missing, including the Italian. What am I gonna do? Oh my God, God help me. But yeah, anything else you guys want to talk about?
No. That about covers it.
We are good. Okay. Well, it was nice talking to you guys. Welcome, Marcelo. It was really nice
there's a
chatting
million
with
things
you.
we could talk about.
Huh?
There's a million things we could talk about.
Oh,
so much stuff going on.
I know. We have a fight ahead of us, you know, and we gotta stay united. We gotta stay strong, and we do not consent to the tyranny ever.
Fight to our dying breath.
All right, you guys. Nice talking to you, and we will see you another time. Thank you so much, and have a nice
Thanks for
weekend.
having us on.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. God bless.
Good meeting you,
Bye-bye.
Marcelo. Bye.
Nice to meet you.